The conquests of Kenyan athletes in international competitions have won the sport a passionate following in the country. So dominant have been Kenyan runners that it is major news when Kenyans miss out on the winner's podium in any event. But a recent ban of 9 Kenyan athletes for doping has cast a dark shadow on the sport. Unknown to many fans, however, is that suspicions of involvement with drugs has dogged our athletics for several years now. Over a 3-year period, Citizen Television went undercover to find out if indeed Kenya's athletes are running under the influence. Here is part of the exclusive report Poisoned Spikes, as told to you by WAIHIGA MWAURA.
When you see a man crying, then you know that a grave matter is likely weighing him down. In this case, that matter concerns Noah Bushene's wife, 33-year-old Rita Chepto, who is currently serving a 2-year ban for use of the prohibited substance EPO or erythropoietin. EPO is commonly used by people with anemia or low blood count. Prior to her ban, the 3-time Boston Marathon champion and 2-time Chicago Marathon champion had clinched the coveted World Marathon Majors title, and with it, at least 44 million Kenya shillings in prize money.
The fastest woman to ever run from Hopkinton to Boston.
But all that went up in smoke when she tested positive prior to the 2014 Chicago Marathon. Noah and Rita met in 2003, and their friendship blossomed to marriage in 2005. 5 years later, they had their first baby. When Rita made her comeback on the track, they opted to switch agents, preferring one of athletics' biggest management teams based in Italy. It is this switch that Bushene blames on Rita's subsequent ban.
Katupatia multivitamins, they give us some. Sielewi kama ilikuwa nini, katupatia tukasema hii itasaidia kwa training zenu. Akasema maji nitapatia maji. Kitaka kwenda long run, I have special water. Nikamwambia special water ni nini sasa? Kuna bana, hii special water inasaidia kwa mwili. Tukachukua some tablets. Tablet kwa 2 containers tukachukua. Akasema hii can take to some multivitamins. I don't know sikuelewa mimi. Nikamwambia hapana, tukakuja nikamwambia Rita bana, let us talk about this. Nasema tuite kila mtu akuja tupatie explanation. Elewa, siwezi kufanya vile kama ina.
Bushene says he was not surprised when a second test of Rita's urine confirmed the results. He argues that Rita's management team and Athletics Kenya could have saved her had they acted when he raised the alarm.
I have to blame 3 people. Claudia, Federico. Na Athletics Kenya, because niliongea na Athletics Kenya lakini hao kuchukua any information.
I have nothing to do with doping with this, and I don't want to have nothing to do, same as with Kizorio. We are completely out of this and we don't want to work with them. That's the point.
Give us your views on the verdict today.
There's nothing yet, they will tell you later.
Not guilty, and I'm going back to my job. And just quite busy.
Rita's manager, Federico Rosa, was quoted in several American online publications last year, including USA Today and the New York Times, that he would, and I quote, legally go after the person or the people that convinced Rita to do this, end quote. He also stated that Rita's management had nothing to do with doping.
Will you still disclose who was behind Rita's doping?
He will not from me, but somebody's gonna take them.
Rita has been banned from all competition until the 29th of October 2016. No action yet has been taken by Athletics Kenya on the third parties that may have influenced Rita's doping path.
I got a call from the media, and they were asking a very interesting question. Why have you not sanctioned the manager? Why are you letting the manager scot-free? And the answer is very simple. There is no evidence linking you to any wrongdoing.
That is hard to believe, considering the fact that EPO, although easy to acquire, requires some skill to administer.
Secondly, I did not say, or rather we are not indicating that no names were mentioned. We cannot be able to give full details of what is going on, but of course the relevant authorities are aware and they are following up that case, okay? And we can tell you openly that yes, the authorities are following up very, very important leads.
Now, doping is defined as the use of banned performance-enhancing drugs in sports. The World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, is the body responsible for identifying what a banned substance and banned method is. A substance must fulfill 2 out of the 3 criteria to be banned. A, it has the potential to enhance sports performance. B, it represents an actual or potential risk to the athletes. And C, it violates the spirit of sports. Now, even before Rita's case came to the public, we had made contact with an athlete who claimed that he had used a performance-enhancing substance in the past. Our rendezvous spot, a house near Kapsabet town in Nandi County.
Hizo story nilisikia kweli, na hii vijana kumbe wamedanganywa, wanatumia hizi vitu. Na enyewe najua kabisa iko. Hata niko na mabeste wengi wao kunijaribu kuniambia fanya hivi na hivi, naambia nilipitia huko na sitawahi rudia.
Initially nervous, our source had by now gained enough confidence to also admit that he had tried out a banned substance.
Mtu aliniambia tu rafiki yangu, kuna kitu hivi na hivi ukikula utakimbia mzuri. Akaniambia, nikaambia sitani affect. Akaniambia itaku affect lakini utakula sana. Tumia kidogo upate, yani upate kitu kidogo. Mimi naye tukaenyewe nikatumia, nikaona nikakimbia mzuri. And then nikakuja ikani affect, nasikia nini makuti inaisha.
Part 2 of the Poisoned Spikes series takes you behind the scenes of the doping menace in Kenya as we show you how easy it is to get these banned substances in various chemists.
Our source, together with 2 other athletes, take us to a university along the busy Eldoret-Kapsabet highway in Nandi County. The university has a clinic which is open to the local community, but it seems some athletes use the facility to measure their vital statistics before purchasing banned substances elsewhere. My source begins by asking for a full hemogram test to determine the amount of hemoglobin in his blood. Hemoglobin found in the red blood cells of all vertebrates carries oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body. Normal hemoglobin levels in men range between 13.8 to 18.0 levels, while in women it can vary between 12.1 to 15.1. In layman's language, the higher your hemoglobin count is, the greater the distribution of oxygen in your body, and therefore the better your body will perform, especially when you exert it. The medical team at the clinic asks my source for his name, his age, and his ID number.
Siku unafanya practice kwa study mko Kapsabet.
Nafanyia Nairobi.
Unafanyia Nairobi?
Yeah.
Okay.
He chooses to use the fictional name Timothy Koech. The hemogram takes less than 20 minutes. Our source, now known as Timothy Koech, is issued with such a form and heads to Kapsabet town for part 2 of the process. When we contacted the Baraton University administration for a comment, this is what they had to say.
Our university hospital, named Baraton Jeremy Community Hospital, serves the interests of the population within and outside this institution. That is to say, it is open to everyone. We will not and we do not entertain anything which may go contrary to the law in terms of probably assisting athletes to gain an advantage over their colleagues.
The journey from the university to the chemist in Kapsabet town takes a little under 30 minutes. Now, one of our athletes knew a chemist who could provide us with EPOs and had already made the call in advance. Some details on what to expect were discussed en route. We arrive at the Kapsabet Medical Chemists. Once 10,000 Kenya shillings had been availed, my source was ushered to a room at the back, which is ideally used for private medical consultation or minor surgery. Our aim was to get the pharmacist to prescribe a drug that we could take away. This proved hard to pull off because the suspicious pharmacist insisted on injecting my source with EPO immediately. However, my source gets afraid when they insist on injecting him and abandons the mission. On a separate occasion, we visited another chemist in Kapsabet, and even though our hidden camera malfunctioned, nevertheless, we called him back and were able to record this negotiation in Kalenjin language between our source and a pharmacist identified as Boaz Kibet, who was offering him EPOs or erythropoietin. Most of the banned substances on the World Anti-Doping List are actually prescribed by doctors for specific medical conditions. Unfortunately, if an athlete gets his or her hands on them to boost their performance, then they become illegal. But enforcing this in Kenya is easier said than done.
In part 3 of the Poisoned Spikes series, we speak to long-distance athlete Matthew Kisorio, who recently served a 2-year ban for doping. He gives us the inside story on life during the ban.
26-year-old Matthew Kisorio, the team captain to the 2011 World Cross Country Championships team and a former African Junior 5,000 meter and 10,000 meter champion, served a 2-year ban for doping. His story is unique because he went public with the details in a rare interview with a German journalist, Hayo Seppelt. According to Kisorio, his woes began when a friend referred him to an Eldoret-based doctor for treatment of persistent headaches after a car accident. Kisorio alleges that the doctor prescribed drugs that he did not need.
So nikaenda kwa daktari nikajieleza mimi ni mwanariadha. Tukajuana. So akaniambia hii ni ya kufanyia mazoezi. Yaani inaweza kusaidia tu wakati muscles isichoke nini, stamina zibure. Akanidunga. Alafu sikujua ni nini alinipea. Alafu kulikuwa na trials, nationals. So nilikuwa nakimbilia polisi kwa sababu mimi ni askari. So tukaenda kimbia huko. Wakanipigia simu kwa Athletics Kenya hapa. Wanaman wananiambia umepatikana kwa kutumia hii dawa hii na hii na hii.
He even claims to have gone a step further and used his younger brother and a friend as potential patients so as to trap the doctor and prove to Athletics Kenya his innocence.
So tukaenda nao, nikamwambia nataka kutumia vijana hivi na hivi na hivi. Kwa sababu tulikuwa tunataka kupata ile exact sample yenye alitumia siku ile. Alafu kwa ile harakati ya sisi kuongea akitoa dawa nini, maaskari wakaingia na wakachukua hiyo dawa. Madawa ikapelekwa kwa Athletics Kenya. Mpaka hapo sijui nini ilienda kufanyika, hata mpaka wale hawajawahi kunipigia simu kuhusu hizo madawa ama kuhusu huyo daktari.
The fact that no action has been meted yet against the doctor only identified as Dr. To is puzzling. So we decide to call him and confront him with the allegations. Would you know a young man called Matthew Kisorio?
Yeah, because yes.
Yes, were you his doctor?
Yes.
You are his doctor?
I'm not even his doctor, but I just thought was an issue we talked to and like we cleared with the police. He actually came for treatment, just pure treatment for the year.
Okay.
And he had been treated in Nairobi.
Okay.
Treated also in Kapsabet.
Okay.
So when he came here, just said he was under and we treated the market for the thing and give out the medication that we had given him.
What sort of medicines are these?
No, it is provided. It is with the AK. That's what we gave out the whole information.
What is happening now? Have AK gotten back to you?
I think we talked to them. I think that's something we handled actually.
So mambo imeisha ama bado inaendelea?
I think it's ongoing,
Armed with this information, we cross over to Riadha House, the headquarters of Athletics Kenya, and share our findings with the president, Isaiah Kiplagat.
Huyu mzungu lazima atakupea dawa. Hiyo ni a must and uende race yake.
That's very serious. That's an athlete now, eh?
Yes, an athlete. We put Kiplagat on the spot regarding Kisorio's case, and he denies the young athlete's claims that the federation were provided with all the evidence but did nothing.
I know Dr. Toyn Eldred. Yes. We know all these things, by the way. Kisorio himself has not come forward to complain, to actually mention. We have called him here to write a statement and mention the name of the doctor. That one he has completely evaded. What he has mentioned is generally that yes, many athletes go there. I'm mentioning a few names of the athletes. They go there to this here and there.
The issue of foreign agents, managers and coaches was one that could not be avoided.
The allegations were that they inject them on the, I don't know, the tendon or something. Some of them inject them on the fingers, and they say after a week or so, it cannot be detected. We've called Dr. Rosa here. We have called Matona here. It's not only him. I think we called about 3 of them here. Okay. And of course they deny. The problem is we want the athletes themselves to really come forward strongly.
With an estimated 10,000 Kenyan athletes across the world, Kiplagat confesses that keeping track of them is difficult, and that is why many go rogue. He, however, insists that to curb doping, some arrests must be made and certain chemists shut down.
It's a big business, because what we're being told is that if you go and win Boston Marathon or whatever marathon, $100,000, then you pay 20% or so to the doctor. Because if you arrest 2 doctors, or close 2 chemists with 1 person, then I can tell you, people will be moving. Nobody would like to do it.
In the final part of the Poisoned Spike series, we travelled over 6,000 kilometers from Nairobi, Kenya, to Berlin, the capital city of Germany, to speak to a man who first exposed doping in Kenya. This German journalist, Hayo Sepelt, is the reason why Russian athletics is currently undergoing restructuring after he exposed a doping scandal in late 2014.
Investigative journalist Hayo Sepelt, who shocked the world with stories of doping in Kenya in 2012. Hayo Sepelt is a freelancer with ARD TV, a private media house based in Germany. Having received reports about doping in Kenya, the 52-year-old investigative reporter came to the country in 2012 to carry out his own investigation.
We received information from a special store in Nairobi, close to the Hilton Hotel. That means in Nairobi downtown. This place is called I think, healthy store or healthy shop, I don't remember exactly. And we approached the owner of the store. We asked him if it might be possible to buy also doping substances here. He told us, okay, wait and see and come back tomorrow morning. So we came back next morning with a little money in our pocket. And it was absolutely easy to get the EPO. It was from Switzerland. 100% clear EPO in the store, and so we bought, I think it was 90 euros or $90, I don't remember.
The next stop for Seppelt was Kapsabet in the Rift Valley, where he also unearthed another elaborate doping scheme.
We pretended again, what we did already in Nairobi, in the shop, that we are agents, trainers from Europe and would like to build kind of training camp for athletes from Europe and from Africa in Kapsabet, and we need a kind of medical support for that. First told us that he is happy to offer us any support we need, and then he showed us as kind of evidence that he is working with high-class athletes, and he began openly to talk about doping, what he can offer us, EPO, testosterone, if I remember right.
The fact that a foreign journalist was the first to break the story did not go down well with many patriotic Kenyans. However, Seppelt is clear that he was only after the facts.
I would never say that only the Kenyans have this problem. They are not better and they are not worse than others. This is a problem of sports in general, not a Kenyan problem. For the better of your country and for the better of the credibility of Kenya, it's a right step to investigate in the field of doping.
Keen to ensure that we test Hayo's claims conclusively, we returned to Nairobi, and together with my editor Mike Okinyi, we paid the now closed clinic at the Kencom bus stop a visit. Store manager Frederick Okoth initially denies any knowledge of banned substances, choosing instead to show us how transparent his operations are. However, please note how his face changes once we show him the footage that we obtained in Germany. One can easily tell that the store is the same as the one in the clip.
We are not supplying, and maybe that was a one-off or someone was trying to get people, but we don't supply those things.
Video evidence is hard to refute, and as we continue to grill Frederick, this comes out.
So are you saying there are athletes who come specifically to ask for EPU?
You know, they come and ask, you tell them, hey, we don't deal with those things, okay? Yeah, they ask, most of them don't know. Watasema nataka ile ya kudunga.
Frederick leads us upstairs, and indeed the store there also matches the room where Seppelt was given EPOs in exchange for 100 euros in 2012.
Why don't you move to the chemist that is doing anyways? Ask for the things you're asking for and see if they'll give them to you.
You just say, we want to keep you.
We don't say like that. We just send an athlete.
Or send anybody with this.
Yeah, say, do you have this EPO? They'll show it to you. We have been even told about the chemists. We know them. We have some in Iten, in Eldoret, in Kapsabet, in Kericho. But we are told these chemists, even in Nairobi here, we are told these chemists prescribes some drug to athletes. And they tell them if you're injected 3 or 4 weeks before or something, it will never be detected. We have been told about that. But you see, even some doctors we have been given names. But the question is, we have no capacity ourselves as a federation.
Kenya's reputation in the global athletic circles took another beating when one of Kenya's most successful retired athletes, Moses Kiptanui, came out to speak against widespread doping in the East African powerhouse.
You know, from the information we get around from some other athletes, they're not participating in so many races like before this issue of doping came up. And the reason behind it is that meet organizers and promoters are also getting scared, because it might bring bad reputation to their race.
For Kiptanui, his proximity with the athletes means that he is privy to information others may not be aware of.
I do coach some athletes, and they come to my office and say, hey, this guy, I've been running with this guy, but he has not even come closer to me during training. But during the competition, he's way ahead of him.
He winds up our interview with a challenge to Parliament.
The Kenyan government should have really be serious and say we want to go and find out why are these athletes taking these drugs. What will be the outcome later on?
Reporting for Citizen Sports, the Poison Spike series, I'm WAIHIGA MWAURA.